Hey, business hackers. Hope all is well. Mo here again. I just wanted to share some information today. I had a lot of questions on investments, on what you should invest in. And I could sit here and explain to you guys what it is that I invest in right now. But I'm in a lot different place right now than I was 13 years ago when I first started business. And I know that the majority of people on this group are just getting into or have just started a business. And so I want to share the information that I would have wanted to know when I first got started. If I can go back 13 years to when I first began, what would I tell myself? What would I have told myself to help me or help catapult myself past all the unnecessary mistakes and things that I could have avoided had I known these things. So I'm going to share with you the top 3 things to invest in 2019, starting from the first one in priority to the second and then the third. So some may disagree with what I have to share, but again, these are the things that I wish I would have known and where the order I wish I would have gone in when I first got started. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys. So number one, let's get going. Number one, the first thing I would invest in, even if you just have $100 or a couple dollars here, $1,000 to spare, where do you get started? Number one, education. 100%. Before you try and do anything, I know a lot of us are eager and just very excited to get into business, but I'll tell you right now, you'll do more harm than good if you just jump in. Okay? The first thing you need to do, and I think is Warren Buffett, he talked about how he will never invest in something unless he understands it. And it seems like a simple concept, but it really is. It's very, very, very intelligent. You don't invest in something until you understand it. Now, you may never understand something fully, but you better at least understand some of it. I invest in Bitcoin now, and I never would have done it unless I saw it work. Again, it had to be proven, and I started to understand it more. I looked into it. It's high risk in my mind still, but I understand it enough to invest in it. Now, education, on the other hand, has been proven time and time and time and time and time again. Okay, there's so many stories that we can look at that are proven that the education had helped them get to where they're at right now. So education, specifically for me, books written by people that are practitioners that are actually doing what they're writing about. One of my favorite books to start off with would be a simple one like Rich Dad Poor Dad, like I had my son read the other day. Very simple book, very easy to understand, to get you out of the mindset. There are a lot of things you need to uneducate yourself on. We are all part of a system that's teaching us to do our best in school, then go out and get hopefully a job that we may enjoy a little bit, work from 9 to 5, and then go home and hope to be happy and have enough left over to do some fun things with your family. As a business owner and those who are getting into business, you'll start to understand that that is so far from the truth. If you really want to have an impactful life, a life where you can spend a lot of time with your children, and you can be the one that dictates all of that, you have to be in business. Okay, so Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That's another book that's awesome, and I'll try and include all of these books in the links. This is one of my favorites, though. I've mentioned this one before. It's called The 4-Hour Workweek. This is one of the books that I read that was very pivotal in my business career, that it changed everything, a lot of the things that I was doing, because this book teaches you a lot about leverage, how to leverage time, how to leverage people that are smarter than you, how to leverage people that have more money than you, people that are in better positions than you, to get what you need to bless your family, income, free time, education. This book teaches all of that in a very simple way to understand it. It also talks a lot about how, in our day and age now, there are a lot of opportunities, especially in the digital world, to do things remotely that we weren't able to do before. Okay, I have so many meetings across Zoom, Skype, different things that, I can get together with 15, 20, 30 people at the same time without having to physically be somewhere in a physical location to meet, which is very hard to do, right? I can meet with people. I have an ad agency that works for us, and they're in the UK, right? I could have never done that in the past. So it talks a lot about how to take advantage of the digital world to get to where you need to get and to leverage a lot of different things to make what you want to make happen and happen quicker. Okay. So again, education, 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 specific education. Now, when you actually get into it, after you read and you understand these things, and when you start to actually get into practicing it at that moment, the education needs to turn more to a mentorship type education where you have someone that can walk you step by step by step, have a community or a group of people that can encourage you, keep you accountable to make things happen, because it is very, very hard to do this on your own. And I would even say impossible to try and do a lot of these things in business on your own. I tried it. It did not work, or if it did, it took way longer than it should have taken. Okay, so trust me, education, education, education. Once you get into something, mentorship, learning from someone who's actually in it and doing it right then and there. Okay, and that leads me to my second thing. The second thing I would invest in, and some people may disagree with me, would actually be business. And I've just, again, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I probably would have had a different order. But with what I've been seeing, and I study business all the time, I study trends, I study what's hot, I study what's making people wealthy, and the time period that it's making people wealthy. And I'll tell you right now more than ever, especially in the digital realm, there are so many people becoming wealthy, starting off from little to nothing in crazy amounts of, short amounts of time that are just mind-boggling. But it's awesome, because we're living in an age right now where literally anybody can come up, again, especially in the digital world, come up with a business idea or something, put it out there, and instead of selling it to just your neighbors and your friends and everybody here, you can actually sell it to the entire world, which, it expands your reach and your influence and the ability for you to make an income worldwide. And it's crazy, but it's awesome. Now, I say invest in businesses. I'm nothing against brick and mortar businesses. That's most of what I've done. That still is my bread and butter. Brick and mortar businesses still work today. Okay. You may have some other, you may have some things that you wouldn't have on the digital world, like more insurance, more employees, more, you have rent, you have CAM fees, you have insurance, you got a lot of different things that you wouldn't have if you did a simple online business. But again, for some brick and mortar business, with that, you can make way more. So the reason I say that business is the second thing I would invest in is because a lot of people out there will tell you, no, you have a 9-to-5 job, fine. Let me teach you how to do something with no money. Let me teach you how to invest in this property with no money. And it sounds really, really, really good. And it is. I've done it before, but I'll tell you right now, it's not as easy as it sounds. And not anyone can just go out there and do a deal with no money, have it work, make a bunch of money, and have it be enough for them to get out of their job. Because the goal here, and for me, for you guys, again, this is, if I could go back, I would help myself comfortably. That's a bad word, because you're never comfortable in business, but get out of my job in a way that wouldn't put too much risk and stress on my family. I jumped out pretty early when I did. And I took a big, big risk, probably bigger than I should have. If I would have went back, I probably would have taken it a little slower. But again, we're already past that. And for business, if you can get into a business, and let's say you start an online business, or even a business in your neighborhood, right? Or you're doing lawn mowing, you're doing something, right? And then you can actually hire somebody to take that over, and they're doing it for you, even if it's a simple business. But let's say that business is making you $2,000 a month. For a lot of people, they may think that that's not a lot of money, $2,000 a month. But I'll tell you right now, for most, that can take you from a full-time job to a part-time job. And to me, that is more valuable than doing a real estate deal and making 20 grand. Why? Because that is constant, consistent income coming in every single month while you sleep, while you vacation, while you do whatever you do. And what that brings is a lot more peace of mind and comfort, knowing that money's going to keep coming in. That's why we have 9-to-5 jobs. That's why we keep them, because we need to know that money's coming in. If I do a real estate deal with no money and make 20 grand, I don't know where the heck the next one is going to come from, and that puts a level of stress on you and your family that you shouldn't put yourself through, in all honesty. Now, if you can grow a base and you're making 2, 3, 4, 5 grand a month, now that's a different story. And now you can put more risk out there. You can go and chase those big deals because I know no matter what, worst case scenario, I'm going to make 4,000, 5,000 this month because I have a business that's making me a base, a healthy base that's plenty for me to live and for my family to survive. That's when you put your brain, your mind space into a spot where you can not only be educated, but now you can perform. Now you can chase bigger things because you freed yourself from that worry of where, how am I going to feed my kids? How am I going to pay my rent or my mortgage or whatever that is. Okay, so that's number 2. Okay, business. Number 3 would then for me be real estate. Okay, and that segues right into it because I'm already talking about real estate. Real estate by far has proven to be the most steady investment and safe investment in the world. It grows in value. You could rent it out. If you want to have a retirement, I'll tell you right now, 3 or 4 rental homes is a lot better a retirement than most people's 401ks. Okay, and most people's retirement plans at work, they're growing at such a slow rate where now, I'm in Utah right now, and the real estate market is just crazy, right? It's crazy. We had a house in Spanish Fork, Utah, that sold when we bought it, and this wasn't not a couple years ago, right? Bought that house at about 380 or so, 380,000, and then not even 2 years later, we turn around and we sell that home for $505,000, and that's the power of real estate. Real estate continues to grow, and when you buy it, when you sell it, when you hold on to it, if you do it right and if you purchase right, you'll get all your money back and more. Okay, so again, education, the correct education. Get into a business that makes sense, again, with the goal in mind of creating a healthy base, good enough to get you from full-time to a part-time job, from part-time job to not having a job, and jumping headfirst into business. Okay. Now that leads me to my the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys. And this is something that I've been doing a lot of times when I do different things. I keep pretty quiet about it, but I've been itching to share this with everybody. The reason I'm doing this group, the reason why I started this is because I sit down with so many businesses every day, every other day. I'll sit down with 1, sometimes 2, 3 businesses in a day to help them. I get a lot of joy from helping people overcome things or not step in a hole or that I did in business that I wish I didn't, step into. And I meet with people that are having struggles with hiring, with processes, with people, with products and things like that. And I sit down and I help them, and it brings me a lot of joy. That's my passion. I love to help where I can because I've been in business for 13 years. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of really good choices too. And if I can help catapult anybody else from no matter where they're at to where they can be in business, profitable, providing for their families, helping other people, I want to do that. Okay. And the best way, because it doesn't make sense for me to try and sit down with someone every single day. I just can't. I try and keep them as long as I can, but I don't have all that time because I need to spend time with my businesses and my family. So I don't have a lot of time to share everything that I wish I could have shared. So I'm giving them little gold nuggets here and there, but it really isn't enough to help them really push the envelope and make something big happen in their business or start that business. So for the last month or so and leading into the next month and a half, I've been actually creating a business course, a digital business course, kind of like a business degree in a box. I don't know if I can say that because I don't have a college degree, but I'll tell you right now, I have a lot of education from the real world and from real life business. A lot of different industries. I've been in food industry, recreation industry. I've been in the fitness industry, now in the digital industry. I've been in real estate ever since 2007. And I developed an app, like doing a lot of different things. And I've seen a lot. And some things transfer from industry to industry and some things don't. Okay, so there are a lot of nuances in businesses. There are a lot of little things that you need to watch out for, that you need to take advantage of. But a lot of people, and I don't have enough time to really share that with one person one-on-one. Now, Um, that is why I'm creating this digital business course that I'm very excited about, because I'm going to be able to give a lot of value and try and take everything in my brain, everything that I've learned, and put it all in a course so that anybody, no matter where you're at, and trust me, no matter where you're at, okay, you can start a business. You can do it. You can, whatever industry it is that you want to get into, okay? I'm going to teach you how to pick the right venture. I'm going to teach you how to then get from that venture to actually starting, and how to raise funds if that's what you need to do, how to not raise funds from other people, the difference between angel investor funds, SBA loans, trying to get a loan from the bank, trying to mortgage your house, like credit cards. I've done all the above, so I can share with you guys, the good, the bad, the ugly, about everything, every situation, what you should probably do given the situation that you're in individually, and help you guys get to a point where you can start it. And I'm not saying start it in a few years from now. If anybody knows me, I'm always the type that says, if there's something good that you can do, the best time to do it is yesterday. But since it's gone, today's going to have to do. And you're going to have to do something today. And my goal is, with this course, I can help regular people, ordinary people, start extraordinary, profitable businesses in 30 to 90 days. Honestly, 30 to 90 days. Get you started, get you going off on the right foot to get things and to blow things up. Now, in order for that to happen, again, these 3 things that I talked about today, the first one you're going to start off is education, and that's what I want to offer. The second one is business, but once you're in business, you need to have somebody to guide you and lead you, and that is who I hope I can become for you. I have a team already of people that have worked with me and for me that are here, equipped and ready to help, and are helping me put this course together so that I can get it out in short order. I'm planning on releasing this in the next month and a half or so. That's the goal. That's the plan. That's what I'm pushing for. And I hope that it will be of value to not just you guys, but to everybody else. So I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor. If there is anybody out there that wants to get into business or is already in business, I don't care if they've been in business 5, 10, 20 years, what I'm going to share is going to be very, very valuable, and take them from selling businesses for hundreds of thousands of dollars to tens of millions of dollars. Big difference. And a lot of times it's just a little adjustment here and there. All of those people, share this group with them, get them on here. The bigger the community, the bigger the support system for everybody that's trying to start something. And you need that support system. Mentorship, coaching, plus a support system that can keep you accountable, to make sure that you're actually doing what you say you're going to do, and to push you when you have those hard times that are going to happen. They will happen. They will happen very often. And unless you have a support team and people that can push you along the way, it's going to be a lot easier to give up. And I don't want you to do that. I want everybody here to succeed. So please share this group. Tell them what it's about. I'm going to do a lot better to help people understand quickly what it is that we're doing here. The business group is called Business Hackers. And that's literally what we are going to do. We are going to hack the heck out of any type of business industry to get you from 30 to 90 days into the business, starting to be profitable, and then you can just concentrate on growing. Because the best position you can ever be in is one of success. Even if it's not in your blood, not in your family, not in your culture, you need to be successful even more so that you can turn around and help everybody else out. And that's what I'm going to offer. You can go on YouTube, you can find different things here and there, read books, all of that. But I'll tell you right now, once you get into business, there's very little you can do to a YouTube channel if you're trying to ask some influencer or somebody else, like, hey, what you said this, but can you help, explain more of what that means, or this or that. And most of the time they're getting thousands of messages and they can't even answer you, right? Or you can ask an uncle, a friend, or a buddy that has a business right now that may be doing okay, and ask them about business, but you may be wanting to do something in this industry and they're over here in this industry. And like I said, not everything transfers. So with the amount of industries that I've been in, there's a lot that I know that I can share, and I want to share to help you guys get over some obstacles to get you successful, profitable businesses. In the end, my goal is to create this course. It's taken a lot of time and a lot of money to do it, and I'm going to offer it at a very affordable price. Again, or you can go to college, or you can buy some Udemy courses for $10. And I'll leave this with you guys, my last point. no matter what you think, there's going to come a time when you're trying to create this business where you're going to have to put more money down on yourself than you're comfortable to do, than you feel comfortable. And that's normally the turning point for most people, to put their money down and to pay for something and start. Because if I charged $50 for this course, most of you guys wouldn't even watch it, or you would quit. Okay. So I'm working on what I would charge. It's going to be very comparable to other digital courses online, but I'll tell you right now that I don't know how you would put a value to that, but 13 years of business experience, going from selling businesses for hundreds of thousands to tens of millions. There's a lot I think that I can help and share, and I hope that you guys feel the same. And if you can, please share this group. I have yet to announce this on Instagram or any of my other social media platforms, and I have a huge military following as well that I can share it to, but I've held off. And even with holding off, this group has grown to almost 1,000 in just a couple weeks, 2.5 weeks or so. So I know it's very valuable information, but thank you so much for following. I hope that I can be of value and I can help you guys here so that you guys can get your businesses going within the first 90 days. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. Share this, please. Get all those people that you need in your team and need pushing you and who need this onto this group, and let's push forward. Thanks, guys.